Hey y'all, I'm April McKinney, and as you can tell, I am not in my kitchen today. I'm actually in the nursery. If you've watched any of my recent cooking videos, you would know that I am very pregnant at this point. I'm actually almost 8.5 months, and we are having a little boy. His name is Maverick, and I'm in his nursery, although we haven't finished it yet. I've got a whole lot of stuff coming in a couple weeks, and hopefully it will all come together the way that it's supposed to. If I get a good response here, then I may do a little nursery tour once we get it all done. But anyway, I wanted to make this video for several reasons. One is I have hit over 500,000 views on my YouTube videos. And so I thought, gosh, that's a lot of people. That's a whole lot of people who have watched me make recipes and cook. But it's a lot of people that don't really know me outside of just showing how to do recipes, and a lot of people that I don't know. And so I want to do just some more personal videos, just kind of me in real life. And the biggest thing going on in my life right now is obviously that I'm very pregnant. So that is the thing that I wanted to just kind of talk about, and I wanted to really kind of be a little bit vulnerable and talk about just some of my three really biggest fears when it came to pregnancy before I got pregnant, and even when I found out I was pregnant. So first of all, I want to say before I get started with this, we are totally blessed. We didn't have a struggle with infertility. I know a lot of people do, and I want to say first and foremost that I realize how blessed we are that we were able to get pregnant, and these are just my personal struggles and fears that I had coming into it. So I don't want to compare this to other people's struggles. We all have our own stuff. So just want to say that I'm no pregnancy expert, but here we go. The first fear that I had, really, I hate to say this, but it was probably the biggest fear that I had, or the one I thought about the most before I got pregnant, and even when I found out I was pregnant. And I think it's something a lot of women think about, but it's not something we talk about a lot because it's just, it's kind of like, sounds vain or selfish to talk about this. But the biggest one would have been, what is going to happen to my body? And is this going to ruin my body, being pregnant? When I found out I was pregnant, or right before I got pregnant, I was really at a place in my life where I was probably most at peace and the most confident that I've been in my own skin. I was, the size that I wanted to be. I mean, I wasn't size 2 or anything like that, but I just was confident in where I was at physically and mentally. And if you've watched any of my stuff before or gone to my website, you know that I struggled with an eating disorder for most of high school and college. So being at this place of just total peace with myself, I've been, recovered from that for well over 5 years at this point. So, it was just a big deal for me to feel so good. So the thought of gaining 25 to 35 pounds or more was just, it's scary. It's scary to think about your body changing that quickly and gaining that much weight, which is the one thing as women we don't want is to gain weight. Even though knowing, you're growing a child, or that's what it's going to be, it's still like, gosh, what's stretch marks, and how's it all going to happen? So I guess now, 8.5 months in to this pregnancy, and 20 plus pounds later, I am actually feeling really good about myself and about my body. I mean, yes, I have days where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm huge. But honestly, there's been several things that I've done that have really been helpful for me. I know not everybody can do these things because pregnancy things can happen. You can go on bed rest, and there's a lot of different things that can happen. However, drinking a ton of water. I have kept exercising this whole time, and really not just walking. I've actually kept up with like strength training and toning, and that has been huge for me because it's, even though my belly has grown, it's like my limbs, I still feel strong and good about, my body. And so that's really been sort of empowering for me, just to feel like I'm growing this human, and it's been really neat to experience it and kind of see my body change, but actually still feel good about myself during the process. So I just want to say to anybody that's really struggling with that so far, 8.5 months, I still feel good about myself, and I feel good about my body, even though I've gained a lot of weight in a short amount of time. So that's kind of where I'm at with the body changing thing. So hopefully that's encouraging to somebody. And please give me your tips on what you've done during pregnancy to feel good about yourself and your body changing. Obviously it's not just a physical thing, it's also mental and spiritual. So my second biggest fear really was the labor and delivery part of being pregnant. I mean, honestly, the thought of like growing a human kind of freaked me out a little bit, having like a live thing inside my body. And it's just hard to imagine when you've never experienced it. But then also the labor and delivery, I just felt so clueless and I don't know, just it coming out and like how is this all going to work and the pain and I just knew nothing about it, and so it was really just kind of scary for me to think about, even though I know women obviously have been doing it for centuries and do it every day, but it's still just a scary thing that to know that that's going to happen. And I would say that the thing that has really gotten me through that and has just eased my fears so much, I feel so much more at peace about giving birth, was taking classes at the hospital. I mean, I was like the biggest nerd. I loved going to those classes and just learning about what is happening in my body, and it also talked about weight gain and what all that is and why you're gaining the weight you're gaining, and just kind of what's going to happen throughout the process, and just reading books and just getting myself informed on labor and delivery and actually what is going to happen and what my body is going to be actually doing and the different parts and how they're all going to work. And hopefully I do have a vaginal delivery, and I'm actually going to try to go all natural in this, and I've been preparing for it, so it's actually been kind of exciting for me to like prepare my body for this huge event. I mean, the most important thing my body's ever going to do. I mean, even if it doesn't turn out the way that I hope it does, if I have to have a C-section or something, it's still given me this peace of mind, and allowed me to be able to just prepare for it and sort of train for it. And it's worth it to me just to have this peace that I have about it at this point, even if it doesn't, go the way that I am planning or the way that I hope that it goes. So I would say just getting informed and going to the classes and just being a little eager beaver when it comes to educating yourself on childbirth and labor. And I haven't been through it yet, so I'll make a video and let you know how all that goes. But I'm actually like weirdly excited about, not just, obviously I'm excited about seeing and meeting my little baby, but I'm also excited about just the process and this like beautiful thing that's about to happen. So the third and final thing that I was really scared of before pregnancy was timing. I mean, I think this is something we all probably talk about a little bit more, but when am I going to get pregnant, and how is it going to affect my career? And for me, I had finally was at a place where I'd gotten a cookbook deal. I was doing regular segments on a local TV show with cooking, and it was like, wow, I'm finally like feeling established in this, and I feel like I'm really on my way to, accomplishing some of the bigger things that I want to do in my career. And so to get pregnant in the middle of that, even though, we wanted it, I didn't really think it was going to happen as quickly as it did, was nerve-wracking. I mean, it was scary because it's like, how is this going to affect me and my career? And am I going to just, is being pregnant going to make everything just kind of go away? I don't know. These are the kind of things that you think that you're just not going to care about anything anymore. But truthfully, it has been a great thing for me, and I honestly think it's going to be a great thing for my cooking career, because kind of I can relate to moms now, or I'm about to be able to relate to moms and kind of their needs, and those are the people that I really want to reach anyway. So I think it's just all in God's timing. We prayed a lot about it, and about when we were going to try to have kids, and also His timing in it, and really considering when it happened and everything that was going on, I don't know that it really could have happened at a better time, because I only want this to grow and my career to grow. So I hope to only be busier and more into what I'm doing. So I don't know that there's ever a good time. And seeing people, it's kind of cool. When I got pregnant, like Savannah Guthrie on the Today Show, she announced she was pregnant, and Daphne Oz was pregnant, and so I was kind of seeing these career women that were on TV and doing these awesome things that I would love to do it someday, in some facet. that were pregnant and having babies, and you know, they were celebrating it, and it was like this really cool thing to be able to sort of say, okay, look at them, they're like way, you know, on a huge grand scale of this whole thing, and they're doing it successfully. And so that was really cool to see that just because you're pregnant or you get pregnant, it doesn't mean that your career is over. You know, it's a choice that we make. And I'm excited to see how this all plays out once this little boy actually comes out. I want to do some more videos like this. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this, and I would love your feedback on your biggest fears about getting pregnant if you're not pregnant yet, or maybe you just found out. So comment below and let me know kind of what your thoughts are on all these things and things that have maybe helped you. I would love to just get your feedback. So be sure to check out my website if you haven't done so. It's aprilmckinney.com. I have got all kinds of recipes on there, healthy and light, fun, fresh recipes that I think you'll really enjoy. Also, Facebook page, Twitter, that's all beneath the video that you can check out. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.